I'm Jeff Bradshaw of Redneck Restorations. This old truck brought to you by ElderlyIron.com. Coming up, we're going to show you how to dash away, dash away, dash away all. So you got a 1955-9 Chevrolet or GMC pickup truck, and either your dash is mutilated and you want to put another one in it, or you want to switch it over from a GMC cab to a Chevrolet cab because you found a nice rust-free GMC cab but you're building a Chevrolet. So what you want to do is remove the nice dash out of another cab that's been mutilated. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Now as far as mounting goes, they're all pinch welded right here, and there's actually 3 pieces of metal that come together to pinch that and spot weld it all the way around this lip right here. Now when you're looking for a nice dash, another thing you want to be careful of is these clips right here. There's a piece of trim that clips into it, and these will be rusted out. So if you're going to pull a dash, make sure you pull that trim and look at those clips before you decide that's the dash you want. We've got a nice one here. Doesn't have any extra holes drilled in it. Nobody's hacked the radio out of it. Missing the glove box door, but that's not an issue. There are 2 bolts here, which I've already taken out. This bracket, which oddly enough is bolted into the bottom, is actually spot welded in the top. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I do not have an engineering degree. But this bracket is spot welded in here, and it's spot welded in here. So I'm going to make my cut right along this angle and right along this angle. So when you MIG weld this back in, whatever truck you cut it out of, you leave a little extra on the cab, and you put a little extra on the bracket from the cab you're cutting it out of. Then you kind of grind and fit, make those 2 match up, and then you MIG it together, and when you're done you can knock that down and you won't hardly tell there's a weld there at all. Same on the other side, same configuration. Because you have this tight curve here, you may not be able to get your zip wheel in there. Zip wheel is the thin cutoff wheels that you can get for your die grinder or your 10,000 RPM 4.5 inch grinder. But across there is pretty straight, so it's easy to use a grinder for that. So there's 2 methods. You can either drill out the spot welds, or you can try to use your grinder, and I'm going to do both. Well, I called up Quality Auto Parts in Grants Pass and said, hey, I need a spot weld cutting bit for about a 1/4 inch in size, and they sent me a 3/8. And if you look at this one, I ain't never seen one like this before in my life. But they got a double-ended. So once one of them gets dull, one side gets dull, you can unscrew that thing and flip around and put it on the other way and start anew. Now these are like a mini hole saw, and I don't know if any of you have ever started using a hole saw and you got so far down in the hole you decided to start rocking that drill around like this so that the hole saw would bite into the edges, and you ended up snapping that little bit off in the center. You can do the same thing with these. So if you think you're going to rock that around, just remember you're putting tension on the center of that thing. You snap the center off, you just caused yourself some problems. But you know what? I'm looking at this thing. That's just a plain straight pokey thing. Oh, it's spring loaded. Why? I didn't know that. Huh. The rest of them I've seen, they're fixed so that it drills the pilot as you're going. This is springulated. Neato. Where to begin? This is fairly straight. I'm going to cut through here with the zip wheel. I sure like piloted bits a little bit better. That walked on me pretty quick. Put going to get some a little bit of Marble Mistral. Lube lasts longer. And you're only cutting through your first layer of metal. I need something with which to brush that away. Why? Here's something now. That went through. I guess the secret is to start at high speed. Make sure you line it up where you want it. Until I let go. Find a skew jabber. Yep, Sim's all loose. Yep. Phase 1 complete. You gotta pay attention on those clips because you're gonna be going right down in the V when you're cutting this. You gotta make sure that you don't tip your grinder into those clips, or else your wheel shatters. Then you gotta go put another one on. So then when you perform the next phase of your dash removal, you got to make sure that you've got a visor that's so cloudy that you can't see through it, and make sure that you set your cab down on your extension cord so you can't move it about 5 feet. So bearing all that in mind, you may notice my welding vest. That's because I don't particularly care for sparks eating up my t-shirts. So we're going to go right in there the other way. Now, why would I be throwing sparks at myself? Well, because I want to be able to see where I'm going, and there's more control when pulling a wheel than allowing it to pull you. And away we go. So that's pretty much where we want to be. You can see here, that's where the defrost louver screws in. This is part of the cowl. This is the dash. The two are not welded together. So when you cut this, you could do it with a Sawzall, but if you do, you're going to have to cut through both of these because you can't cut through just one with a Sawzall. So when you're using your wheel, once you get through the first layer, you're done. Move along. Yes, and this time I will actually be pulling the wheel. Now with what little wheel I have left, let's see if I can make this whole sweep here. We made it all the way through. No, did not. I can hit that with a Sawzall. That's all the way through, all the way around. Just get that little nip right there. Gotta nip it. Nip it! Nip it! Could chisel that too. Now you really don't need to cut this along the top side of that defroster vent. You can just stop there and cut that, stop there and cut that, because you can always tack right here and around here to affix it. It's just cutting you don't need to do. You can do that. I'll get to that later, because I didn't do this side. As you can see, I'll just take this in here, nip that, and that side's already cut through. So we'll take out our little spot we missed, like that. So since this is my donor dash, it really doesn't matter. What matters is when you take it out of the truck you're going to put it into, how you cut this. You leave extra on the dash, and you can fit it up to what you cut on your cab. Don't cut into your dashboard. Like that. What do you know? We have other options. But this piece runs the entire length of the bottom of the dash. Clear over to here. I don't like Sawzalls, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Bigger screwdriver. Now there is an early episode done on the Fuji FinePix still image camera where Dan the welder cut a dash out of a wrecked cab. The dash wasn't any good, so we could hack and whack at our leisure. And he didn't cut these brackets where I did because I'm trying to keep as much of this intact as I can. So I'll show you where he cut it after I get this out of here. I just want to see that it can be done first off. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. It's going to be a lot different with a complete cab that still has a roof on it. That was after there. I also still have wires and cables attached to this. We can bend, we don't mind. Still got to come out beyond this bracket, which is our biggest holdup. See if I can get it to let go up here somewhere. Like that. Aha! A spot. It seems to be spot welded right down here. But it doesn't look like there's anything there. Aha. Yes. Let us drill 2 or 3, minimum of 2, possibly 3. Like that. Right there. Why? This cable. I see. It's all connected. Cable. Okay. Oh, now. Just have to take care of these aftermarket wires. You gotta be kidding me. Hook and snag. Snag and hook. So, there you go. Now, on this brace right here, runs all the way across the bottom to the other side. And when Danny did the dash in Whitey, he cut this brace right there. Zip, right across there. So when he put it back in, he welded across here. He stuck a little plate in the top of it and welded that in there as well on both sides. This one, I've opted to leave the brackets here. You can do it either way. Totally up to you, and it's totally up to this customer. They can hack and whack wherever they want and put it all back together. So there you go. There's a 1955-9 Chevrolet GMC pickup dash removal. And for Redneck Restorations, this old truck. I'm Jeff Bradshaw. Yeah, that's why I like the Piloted better. Yeah, I suppose I better move the tractor out of the way. No, I don't like that. Once you've scored it a bit, you got to keep your hands out of the general area. You'll end up with one of them. Well, now. Move along. Nothing else to see here. Just a bit of blood. Nothing to get excited about. So I'm just going to hack and whack. That's what I thought it was. What's up there? What am I hitting? Okay, well, come this way. Sure wants to walk. Ow. No blood, no foul. Why? Why?